Hi, my name is Brandon, and I love apples, and I love Hallmark movies and mysteries.
Hey, I'm Brian, and I like apples and orchards and mysteries.
Hi, I'm Dan. I despise apples and also Hallmark for all movies, mysteries. This is the next Hallmark podcast. We'll be better next time, I promise.
The Hallmark, it's this podcast.
Can't be worse.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
You fixed it. Just wear it like a feather boa.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
I went to an orchard over the weekend.
Did?
And I picked some apples.
Yeah.
Jealous.
How was it?
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a great orchard.
I've never had fun picking apples.
You think
That's
that's
sad.
maybe like a you thing?
It is. Now, I've had fun at apple orchards, like doing the stuff and like the hay rides and my kids in the pumpkin patch. My kids trying to pick out pumpkins is a riot. But like going down the lines of trees and trying to find good apples.
So here's why I think you might like
I
Jeter,
just hate it.
Where I went. I went to Jeter.
Jeter?
You take
Derek. Number two.
You take a tractor out there. Like
Okay.
you sit in the back of this thing, so you get a tractor ride out of the situation.
You get a tractor right out of the deal. Okay.
First of all,
And
you're
they
stuck
take
and
you.
trapped.
There's only like right now there was 4 types of apples that were ripe for picking, and they're all
Your Honey
right
Crisp,
next to
your
each other.
Ginger Snap,
They're all
your
right
1,
next
2
to each
hello,
other.
and your 50 gallon.
Took us straight to the place. You know, we were in and out of the picking in 15, 20 minutes. Like,
Okay.
You see the 4, they're right next to each other, and you get back on the thing, and it takes you back around.
15 to 20 minutes of picking. That's
of
it.
picking, that's it.
You're selling. You're selling.
I know.
I'm the guy that knows the kind of apples I like because I actually do like apples, and I go to the place instead of running the tree line. I just find the apples they've already picked, and I get those. That's
Sure.
what I do. But
But
I mean,
they're not as hot off the press. No.
They are basically as hot.
But this is also like you pay for the bucket. So you get the bucket and then you go out there, and I'm just chomping
It's
on
as
apples.
many you
Of
can
course.
jam in the
Dude, I'm
bucket.
freaking, and I'm eating them right out the
yeah.
tree.
You going like this?
Dude,
you
I'm
shining
just,
them up?
No, I'm not shining them up. I'm taking them
Gotta
straight.
shine 'em.
No, I'm not shining them. Wow, Brian, I've never seen you more disappointed
Brian is
in the fact that I
If
didn't
you don't
shine.
shine up an apple, are you even eating it?
Dude, I'm about to walk off set.
I've never shined up an apple. Either.
What?
I know. It
What
must
do you
be a
mean
Massachusetts
shine up
thing.
an apple?
You give it a, and you rub it on your shirt
So
real
wait,
hard, fast.
before you eat all of your apples,
You've
you
never
rub
seen
it
it?
on your
You've
clothing.
never seen it like in the movies?
Guys,
I've never seen it in real
We're
life.
hitting a little speed bump here because I can't actually eat apples.
Why not?
So,
Is it like a?
I can't eat the skin because it makes my throat itch really badly. It's like an not allergic to apples, but the skin.
Sounds like you're
sounds
allergic
an
to
awful
apples,
lot like
Brian.
an allergy.
Sounds like you're allergic to apples.
More of a just
Dude,
an annoyance.
you put peanut butter on that apple? Forget
Dude.
about it.
Now we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't go out to an orchard and just eat an apple off the tree because.
So
it
you've
would be-
never shined up an apple either?
I haven't.
Okay. All right. Okay. Put it away then, cowboy. Shine up an apple. This guy.
But hold on. So you're not allergic. It just tickles your throat,
Yeah, it makes
so
my
you
throat
can't
itch.
do it
I can do it. It's just not pleasant. Not
because it
enjoyable.
tickles your
I mean,
throat.
you shouldn't
Yeah.
risk it for
Yeah,
sure.
For the biscuit, I would, but not for an apple, shiny apple.
Dude, these apples were good though.
Yeah, I bet.
What kind?
I
Were you
bet.
getting the
I
Honey
got
Crisp?
I got a golden
50 gallon?
Golden Delicious?
It was delicious. It was I had no idea. Dude, I kid you not. I'm not a Golden Delicious boy. I don't know how to tell you, Dan.
So you're not a Golden Delicious boy, but it worked for you.
I'm not a Golden Delicious
you know
boy.
why? It's because it's hot off the press.
That's
It was right hot out the press.
Gotta be
the
it.
tree juice
Yep.
that was pouring into it was still pouring into it.
Yep.
Tree juice.
So you
So-
pop it right off, right off the right off
And
the
you
tree
shine
teeth,
it up.
Twisted
and
it,
you
right?
and use
you-
it,
right on in there.
and you're good.
Shine it
it up.
Crunch it down.
Yeah, it's exactly
No
right.
itchy throat.
No itchy throat.
Good for you.
Man.
Must be nice.
There is a reason we're talking about orchards, and it's because of the secret of Bella Vista.
Bella Vista. Mamma mia.
Hey guys, I got a secret. Shh. Bella Vista. Yeah.
Is that it? That's the whole secret. That's a good one.
I got another secret. I don't shine
Don't
my apples.
don't you?
Don't you dare.
Are you guys ready to talk about this one?
Yep.
All right, Brian.
Sure.
Yep. It originally aired on Sunday, September 18th, 2022, and it went a little something like this. Tess. She's a hotshot deal maker who's just always on a phone and a call in a myriad of languages. She is up for a new promotion at the antique business that she works for. And she's gonna move to New York. She's gonna travel more. Her mom also travels a ton. She can't get in contact with her mom, and that's really annoying to her. She's about to go into this job interview, and this guy named Dominic, not the donkey, not Dominic the donkey.
Not Dominic the donkey?
He's not in this one.
It sounds like he's in this one.
Dominic!
Dominic?
You called?
The Italian Christmas donkey?
Yeah, Mamma Mia!
What's amazing about this, Dominic, is I don't think we have in recorded history. I think all we have from you is hee-haw, hee-haw. That's all that we have. But
saving the good stuff.
Yep, got cut out.
Amazing. So you're telling me all these years,
Spicy meatball.
all these years, they play every holiday season. They play the Italian Christmas donkey, Dominic the Italian Christmas donkey, and you don't get to talk. You just
I don't want hit wonder.
You have another song coming out. What is it called?
It's Italian.
Okay.
I'll just save the rest for later.
You're gonna save the rest for later?
Shut up.
You say shut up? What the heck, man? We gave you this moment. You tell me to shut up?
Shove off, maybe?
Shut up.
Shove off?
Shut up.
Shrimp?
We're doing him a solid, right, Brian?
Yeah, we're giving him all this time.
For all these years.
Is he talking about fettuccine?
We were all under the impression all he could say was hee-haw. And we finally give him a mic.
And look what he does. Insults us.
We're not going to let you talk about your new song, Dominic.
Shut up.
Get out. Get out right now.
Shut up.
I got to say, I know that the Bits people, Strawberry Bits Trip, Daryl Strawberry,
Yeah,
I know he's not here this week, but
Yeah.
I do think if he was, he would have liked that.
He would have probably
think
at least given you like a C+.
I think he would have liked that one.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
it looks like Dominic left a little something on the stairs for the next time they show up, so they'll...
So Dominic stops
I love
her.
that you think we have stairs here.
Well,
Where are
the
those?
bleachers. The bleachers.
Bleachers.
The
Right,
bleachers.
right,
Those,
on his way out.
those aren't stairs. Don't tell me the bleachers are stairs.
That's true. Bleachers are bleachers.
That's right. Shine your apple elsewhere.
Yeah.
So Dominic stops her and says that he has a family matter to discuss with her, and she says that's news to me because I don't have a family. And then he has to do the birds and the bees conversation with her. His whole thing. So he explains that her grandfather Magnus, a grandfather that she's never heard of because she never met her dad, left her one half of an apple orchard. An apple. It's going to be split in half with her half-sister Isabel, who she also didn't know existed, and this causes her to faint. They bring her to the hospital. The doctor's like, hey, we got to talk about what's going on. She's like, it's no big deal. I'll come back for, later time. And the doctor's like, good thing you got someone waiting for you or I wouldn't let you go. And she's like, who's waiting for me? It's Dom. I'm going to call him Dom from now on. All in favor? Okay, so no one? Okay. Dom Chart...
Go again.
Here we
From
go.
the top. Here we go. Dom Charters. Go ahead. Whenever you're ready.
Oh, he's giving charters.
Dom Charters.
Dom charms the heck out of her when he's talking about all the places that he's been. And after chatting it over with some friends, she decides to go with Dom to go meet the family that she's never met before and didn't know existed, and to see the orchard that now she owns half of.
Yeah, the sheet note now, the hot neat, the bit neat, the hit neat.
In fact, Dom flies her personally there. He looks great doing it. I mean, Top Gun. Wow. They land and she immediately meets her half-sister Isabella. It starts off rocky, but on the ride over, they start talking, gets a little bit better. She meets the family that she had no idea existed, but when she arrives, they're all excited to meet her. They welcome her. She finds out that her grandmother, that she also has never met, was also an antiquer. An antique. So, you antique we antique,
Yes.
antique we. She's talking to Isabella, and Isabella shares that
You are struggling mightily, sir.
I've been in my head. Was I out of my head? Was I out of my mind? Isabella
been so blind.
shares that she didn't get a chance to meet their dad either. He died in a car accident before she was born, and then her mom died during childbirth. Woof. So she doesn't really know anything about their dad, and their grandpa told Isabella, quote, about grandma or something, her treasure is here in the house. No explanation. So
Clearly he hasn't read Matthew, am I right?
Oh, classic. The next day, they bake some apple treats, which I'm all about, because it's straight off. If it's got straight from there, you still got the apple juice.
Make a bad day good again.
That's exactly right. Dom drops by, takes Tess outside, and is like, hey, you should know that this place is about to enter foreclosure. Sorry, he didn't tell you before. Magnus ran out of money paying for treatment for his wife. He didn't want to sell because apparently they only employ refugees and immigrants here. So, like, we can't sell it because then they'll be out of the job, is what I guess he was thinking.
We can't pay them.
So he uses this uplifting story as a segue into taking Tess horseback riding. It comes up that the family is hoping that Tess can find something valuable in the home to sell to save the orchard, which makes Tess feel like they're only using her for what she does. And so she leaves, heads back home, goes to the job interview, crushes it. Isabella calls to check on Tess. Tess is looking at pictures and Isabella had sent her, and she notices that her grandma is wearing some sort of belt that she thinks could actually end up saving the orchard.
Championship belt.
It's a championship belt, WWF, before they changed to the E.
Get the F out.
That's exactly right. That was what we wouldn't. So she's back at the orchard and even spending more time with Dom. And she gets back after a fun day with Dom, and her mom is there unexpectedly because she's been trying to get a hold of her mom. Mom's no answer. Got any bear claws? Her mom explains that
we're out of bear claws.
Her mom explains that when she met their dad, he was married, heading for divorce. When he found out that his wife was pregnant, she called off what they had going on. 2 months later, she found out that she was pregnant. Months later, he sees her, figures out that she's pregnant, and asks to meet to talk about this. He gets into a car crash on the way to this meeting on Christmas Eve, dying on his way to meet her. Mom agrees to stay to try to help find the treasure because she's an antiquary as well. So they find some paperwork, and Tess is able to figure out that she thinks that her dad was trying to sell the coins from his mom, that he died trying to take these coins to sell to take care of his families because he now has 2 daughters that he has to, try to, help support. So she goes to the antique store that she thinks that her father that she never met would be going to. Right out of the gate, yes, I do have my calendar from back then. And I do see that he did have a meeting scheduled on Christmas Eve here at this antique store. But he never showed up. But his friend, and I wrote this down too, his friend called later and said, hey, I want to, Merry Christmas, first of all. Second of all, I would like to complete this transaction. But then he never called back. He didn't have the proper paperwork. Tess thinks that Carlos, the best friend, took the belt with a plan to sell the coins that were attached to the belt, but he didn't have the proper paperwork. So Tess,
Wow. We did it.
I've never had that happen before.
What is going on? I don't know what's happening.
Apparently my synopsis is so long that the song just stopped.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. So,
Here's a
they go
belt.
to talk to Carlos's daughter, and she's like, even if I had the belts, I wouldn't. That's all that I have of my dad. But turns out she does have the belt, but not the coins. So they go back to this box that Tess found, and she's like, pushes it, kind of pokes around a little bit, and a secret compartment pops on open, and inside are the coins. So she's excited. We saved the orchard. So Tess decides that she's going to quit her job, even though she got the promotion. She wants to reopen her grandma's shop. She wants Isabella to go travel, because she's never traveled before, and open a cooking school for kids. And she wants Dom to run the orchard. She runs this idea by Dom. He is pumped. They kiss, and it takes his breath away, everybody. The store opens with pie. And that, my friends, was The Secrets of Bella Vista.
We did it.
We did do it, everybody.
3 years later.
What?
Exhausting.
There's a lot going on.
Yes.
It's
there
weird
was.
when you it's weird when you decide there's a, because
Can I just say,
you.
Can I
It's
just
up
say
to
though,
you.
this isn't abnormally long. We were visited by Dominic the Christmas Donkey.
We were. That's
So that-
that's
Can't help
fair.
that.
But
That is fair.
I can't
And
plan
was
for
a-
that.
Yeah, that was a solid
I can't plan for that.
minutes, right?
I didn't wake up this morning thinking I was going to get the opportunity to talk to Dominic the
Yeah.
Christmas Donkey.
And we went through show prep, and we talked to Trace,
we didn't know that
and
he
Trace
was-
was like, we asked for
I
him.
tried to get him.
We asked for him, and you said specifically,
I tried to get a hold of him.
yeah, that it was not gonna happen.
Apparently his phone got turned off.
Yeah.
Not again.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I tried
You did.
for once.
Yeah. Such a jackass, that guy.
Oh my gosh. Dan, come on, guy. What do you want to do with that? I'll take a break. We'll figure it out there. Take the homework. I decided I'm going to leave it in because I want your mom.
Oh, dude.
I want your mom to listen to this,
My
and I
mom?
want your mom to call you, and I want you
Please.
to explain that you called Dominic the Christmas Donkey a jackass. It was a bit that you wanted to do. I want you to explain that to your
My
mom.
mom and I will have a great conversation about how it's in the Bible. It's a part of the Bible. They use that word. So,
All right. But not talking about Dominic the Christmas
Dominic, I mean,
Donkey.
the poor donkey.
Well, I mean, he wasn't answering his phone, Bran.
He got turned off.
But it probably was a hoof situation. Like he hoofed it too hard and probably
One hoop this
one
time.
hoofed. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this one. Let's start with the hot take. Brian, I'm feeling the warmth coming from you. I feel like you got something special today. So tell everybody what you thought about this movie, The Secret of Bella Vista.
I will. I was very interested in this movie. This movie got me super excited for an apple orchard trip, more than I expected. I did not expect to come away from this movie feeling like Googling orchards near me.
Jeter Mountain.
I've
I
heard.
will say this. This movie is made for people who want to Google apple orchards afterwards. It's accurate.
Well,
accurate.
yeah, can confirm.
Can
Can confirm.
confirm.
So this,
Hold on real quick. Susie in the chat says that one of her favorite Christmas songs is Dominic the Christmas Donkey.
No, no one.
Susie. No, that can't be real.
And you
She
put an
is-
Italian flag afterwards. I'm sorry.
she is a self-proclaimed chaos monster, so I feel like this
That
is
is
Yeah,
that
no.
is
Easy,
wild.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, go ahead.
man. How am I supposed to continue?
Now
with
I want to
that?
know how many people like that song. Wait a lady, hang on, Italian Christmas Donkey. Who's like, yeah?
It sure is.
That's on the short list of definite immediate changes for me.
Sure.
That one, one hippopotamus for Christmas.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
it's all animal themed.
The animals.
Why do you
Yeah.
hate animals?
Yeah, you do hate animals.
Santa Claus is coming to town by Bruce Springsteen.
Oh,
Immediate change.
No, sorry.
Immediate change.
No, sorry.
What?
No, sorry.
good this year.
Hey, come on.
Y'all been practicing real hard. Get a new saxophone.
That dude is wasted singing it.
Yes.
You better watch out.
As you should be.
I just
It's
can't
the
deal
boss.
with it. No, it's like an 8-minute song. I hate every second
We
of
don't have
it.
to listen to the whole thing. But
You better watch out. You better not cry. Can you at least acknowledge that if he wasn't drunk off his rocker, it'd be a really great version? The,
I mean,
the
there's
song part
there's
is
a
great.
good song in there somewhere.
It's
Yes.
rocking.
I
Yeah,
just,
that's-
it drives me nuts.
Okay. The only last
So
thing
you
is,
wanted to Google apples after this?
Yeah, I was looking up apple orchards, and shout out to denim and denim adjacent indigo patterns. Okay,
Oh gosh.
which that mimic denim. A lot of good denim in this movie, and denim adjacent fabrics.
Indigo mimics denim. Did you
That's
know that
right.
brand? South Carolina.
I'm sorry, hold on. Megan says we only listen to the EDM version of it. There's an electronic dance version of Italian
Megan
Christmas
is
donkey.
definitely doing a bit.
Go ahead and email me that link. I'm going to need to go ahead
This
and
sounds
listen
like
to
a
that.
Christmas morning battle.
Oh
waiting
my
to
gosh.
happen.
Yeah.
We have, I believe it or not, we have made it almost a year and we have not done an Italian Christmas donkey
Good
battle.
reason to do it.
I think it is. I can't believe we've made it this far. Is that it?
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
liked
yeah.
it?
Yeah, I did. I was all in on this, surprisingly, because I was so bored by
I'm
the
glad
poster.
that we
but-
respect Brian's hot takes as much as Panda's. Just trample all over him. Like, don't even
Like
think
a
twice.
Like a
donkey.
Christmas donkey.
None of this new guy stuff. We're just like, yeah. Oh, you want to Google apples? Did you hear about other things, Brian?
I also really liked this movie. I also didn't expect to like it. I actually didn't know this movie was coming out this weekend. I thought it was Francesca P.I. So I was a little bit disappointed when I opened up my file and was like, oh, it's the Bella Vista
movie.
But I actually really liked it. I got kind of wrapped up in the mystery, and you know what? They did it. They've wrapped it up the way that they wanted to wrap it up, and that's fine. I really enjoyed it, and gosh, dadgummit, if I don't just love Niall Mater, I just freaking love Niall Mater. That guy flying a plane? Are you freaking kidding me right now? Give me put that on whatever you want to. I'll watch it. However you want to do it, whether it's in print media or in film, I will take a gander at that because it's good. I really like that. I like him flying a plane. Okay, so sue me.
That's a weird one. I got to be honest.
What? Him riding a plane?
Riding a plane.
Flying a plane?
Right, holding on to it from the
You
outside.
didn't like him
I mean,
flying
it's
a plane?
fine, but what didn't stick out as anything like. Bri, was that like something you were like, oh yeah, give me more Nile in
He
the.
threw on those shades.
You threw on the shades.
All right, if you say so. I will say he's like. I feel like in the last few movies, Niall has decided he's going to like play characters.
He's coming into
and
his
he's
own.
doing it. Whereas
coming into his
before he
own.
was just kind of showing up and getting a check.
he is.
Now he's doing it, man. He is.
He looked natural in the plane. Like he looked like he belonged in the plane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Waiting on
I really liked it. And you know what? I like the mystery element to this one. I thought it was I really liked the mystery. Like what I have I don't know, like having a secret compartment wasn't my favorite way to find the coins. Like, I don't know, that I would have liked something else. I don't know what I would have liked, but there's a secret compartment about this thing that I found randomly. And I don't know. I would have liked it to be a little bit different, and however that would have been, like in an apple. But yeah, overall, really, really liked it, and I didn't anticipate this one being one that stood out, but it stood out, so I liked it. Dan?
So this movie, what's wild is it's like pretty, from a plot standpoint, like airtight, like, you know, why she's going to where she's going, what the crisis is, until they decide to do the detective work for the necklace. And then it becomes just a joke, just like I'm going to this place, and on Christmas Eve, dude has kept a log of everyone's behavior and where they are and where they went. And it's not like, it's just like, let me ask this one place. It's there. They did it. Great. Okay. Let me get it. Good. Like there's never any red herring from that point forward. It's just a straightforward, wow, a lot of explaining. And also, I just was kind of bored. It's not bad. The scenery's good, but I was just kind of bored through most of the movie. And then instead of having some fun twists and turns when it comes to this belt, it just becomes like, what's the way we can get this done as quick as possible because we spent too much time setting it up. And so then it just becomes this very weird guy that runs an antique store that happens to have the best diary of all time. So yeah, not a lot of wait what's, but also not a lot of feels because I was just really struggling to pay attention. But yeah. It isn't actively offend. It's just not very good in my opinion.
It's time for all the feels. Brian?
I wrote this down as a feel, and I'm not sure I stand by this or what I was thinking at the time, but I wrote that when they found the loan document that confirmed the coins as collateral, that was awesome. I guess I was psyched that they closed
Remember that
loop.
one time they found the coins?
Like
They
they
were
so, like,
collateral.
so it's
that's
when-
that was
how.
awesome.
So is it when they pull back the back?
Yeah,
of
she
that
goes, "Oh, there's something
painting?
behind it." It was a pimento. She said it a couple.
A bulge?
Pimento.
Yeah,
che-
pentimento. She talked about that a few times. in the movie.
Pentimento.
But it was. She
Not
goes, "Yeah,
a
there's a
pimento.
bulge," and she pulled the
Dude,
back.
I had the best pentimento dip the other day.
Oh
it
my
was
gosh.
oh
So
so
a
good.
dip inside a dip.
It's a sentimental pimento.
Yeah.
It's a
Sentimental.
pimento cheese dip.
Yeah.
It makes you think very just right. You remember the good old days.
It's so good.
So that one, I guess, yeah, I was still on that. But the apple picking feels. I went ahead and watched a quick 30-minute commercial apple production documentary.
What
after
do
this.
you do for life if you have time to crack open a cold one
Dude.
for a 30-minute?
My mind.
apple
I had to
picking
wind down after
docu-
watching this
Wind
movie.
down.
You guys could go right to sleep after watching this
Are
thing
you
last night.
kidding me right now?
Sunday night.
God, that is just like purgatory. What?
I found a nice 27-minute documentary on the Apple commercial production process. I got some apple picking tips out of it. I saw the processes out in the field.
This has to be a bit.
And they
you
said,
did not
and
do
they,
this.
they at the end of it they say, if you don't shine our apples,
Yeah.
so help us.
That's right.
We've done all this work and you don't even shine
Can't eat
our
a dirty
apples.
apple.
You
right.
think it's just something they do in the movie.
It's also, and I want to be very clear, a weird thing for you to spend as much time on, considering you can't eat apples.
I just can't eat the skin of the apple.
So you
So
have
you
somebody
want to hold on?
peel?
So you could peel it and okay,
Yeah.
that's not that hard.
And I think we've narrowed it down in the chat. Brandon Darren Plus, thank you all, everybody looking out. It's the probably the pesticides that are
Okay.
used at the farms.
Dude,
on
our
the skin.
Bramble Jam Plus chat doing
Saving
some.
my
We
life.
got some nurses in there,
Yep,
maybe
we
some
do.
doctors. I don't know.
So wait, do you
Medical-
think if
medical
you
advice?
ate one right off the apple, right off of the
If
tree?
you ate an apple right off the apple,
If you ate it right off
Yeah.
the tree, do you think it might be better because they're not like getting
More
doing a
delicious,
thing?
all the tree juices.
Yeah.
probably.
there's probably still
right?
some pesticides.
I'm sure there's still pesticide, but
yeah,
you're
yeah.
not dealing with like stores,
worms.
worms.
Maybe I'll test it out when I go to the orchard because I'm 100% going to an
I
orchard.
mean, well,
as
they
soon as
basically already
possible.
went to one. You watched a 27-minute documentary.
I'll be like, hey, where are your job applications?
I was watching the Secrets of Bella Vista, and I was just thinking, how do I stretch this bad boy to 2 hours?
I'll send you a link.
Ooh, documentary. That's how I do it.
Yep, independently produced as well.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you know what? But to
Man,
your,
those are the good ones.
going back to your initial point on your feel, I think that was why the box at the end didn't hit as much for me because they already kind of did that bit with the picture painting.
Yeah.
There's something behind the painting. And now she's got this box and
Yep.
she's like, there's something behind this thing. So it's just like, there's a lot of pimento in there,
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
pimento.
A lot of
Pimento.
pimento. It's a lot of pimento.
Yeah.
So that
A
didn't.
whole lot of pimento.
Yeah, I don't know how often I can talk about Nalmater wearing glasses while flying a plane without
try
it
one
getting
more.
weird. But I
Let's
will
give it one more
say I would like to make a GIF of it and just kind of like have it running like on a loop continually for the rest of kind of life.
The rest of kind of life.
You could do
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like, some people watch 27-minute Apple documentaries and I watch, that on a loop.
I don't have any feels per se. Searched my heart, found nothing. But I will say, if you fall feels are your jam, this was the first fall movie that really did bring those fall feels
A lot of apples.
pretty heavy. They
A lot
brought
of
them.
apples. It's not even a part of falling in love, falling for you, whatever it is. It's not even part of that season.
Right.
It's just Hallmark Movies and Mysteries just doing their thing.
Doing their thing. I bet this was a
Can I
fall
give
movie.
you another feels?
Yeah.
There is
Was it him in the plane?
no.
Glasses?
Guys, can we
For all
maybe
kind of
for
life.
once not? There was a preview for not Francesca Pi, but the
Yes, the
first
sisters?
mystery. Yeah, the two girls. That with the fish, with Rihanna Fish, and the other girl that I also.
The fish. You call it the fish?
You're telling me Rihanna Fish has never been called the fish before?
Has
That
now.
movie looks so fun.
Yeah.
Looks so fun. And I every once in a while I get a feel from you typically on the Philo.
When you get feels
I-
from trailers, they're not. The movies are typically bad. Can I interest you in a Butler's in Love? You could not stop talking about Butlers.
No,
and you know that movie was bad.
I don't know Jack Diddley.
You, no, you,
I don't know Jack Diddley.
Jack what?
I don't know,
You don't
Jack.
know Jack Diddley?
You don't know Jack Diddley?
What?
Oh, man.
We'll be back in just a moment with the what segment of the show on WARL. Can you let? I have to do these contractually. WARL.
Laurel.
Just refund them.
Yeah, just get it right back to him. It spells Worrell. I don't know what you want from me. WARL spells Worrell. There's nothing we can do.
They're the hamster. And if you would have just let me say it, we would have been able to do that and got it over with. His name's Whirl the hamster. They
We
have a
would have been
mascot
able
and
to do
everything.
that and got it over
We
with.
would have been able to
Technical
do it.
writer, are we on board there?
Yeah, it's the world.
It's Whirl the hamster. His name's Whirl. We
We
love
were able
him.
to do that and got it over with.
Oh, I get Whirl the hamster, like in his
It's
wheel.
a whirl. Yeah.
Okay.
It's clear as crystal. They know what they're doing out in TT.
Are you okay?
Cyberweight one is the part of the show we talk about one, and this movie made us go, wait, what?
It's Friday. We'll do the best we can.
Bri?
I was surprised that she ended up in the ER from passing out. When I worked at a company in Massachusetts, we had a guy who was so stressed out one time that he literally passed out in the hallway. And they
Technical writing is not a joke.
Dude, it is. Do not
Listen,
joke about
listen.
the stresses of.
And they didn't take him to the
hospital.
hospital? Just do a couple Dunkins at him?
They just called, the paramedics came to him and checked him out. He was all right.
Couple Dunkins.
But I was just like, I don't
Get a
think
couple Dunkin' iced coffee,
Yeah,
just
you
throw it
gotta
in his
go out there.
face.
Hey, get him a chocolate cruller.
They're good to go.
That's right.
Get him a cruller.
He's fine. He's fine. Hey, walk it off, man. Do it.
Yeah.
Refill is iced. So
That's right.
someone whose livelihood was based on old things, she could not have been like less interested in this orchard that is hundreds of years old.
No,
that
she
is
doesn't
from her
care
family
at
It was
all.
Like, that is just the biggest thing. I couldn't believe it. And then they
You
were
were
Can't
watching
believe
documentaries. She
how
didn't
can
care.
someone not care about the wonder that is orchards?
in her family, old stuff. Oh, man, I was, So they won a grape stomp competition.
He
Like,
did. He did.
He did.
Yes.
How?
That is my biggest one.
What are
It's
they
a
judging?
real-time measurement system.
Yes.
Because he finishes stomping, and they're like, you win again.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
maybe,
in 5
maybe
seconds
there's
later.
like a cup underneath in it all.
But they've got a chalkboard in the middle
There's
with all the
nothing-
measurements on there, and literally he finishes stomping. They're like, time's up. You win
You
again.
win again. I'm not, yeah.
It's impressive.
Yeah, it was
know.
impressive.
I only have a couple. One, when our guy Dom walks in for the first time, he says, "I just need a few minutes," and so she goes into her office. He goes to sit down, and she says, "We do stand-up meetings here."
Wait a minute.
I don't know.
a real
Wait a minute.
thing.
You never sit down. So what? And I just want to point out, when she goes in for her job interview, you know what she does? Sit down.
Sits down.
Sit.
So which is it?
Yeah.
Which is it?
But also, if you do stand-up meetings, I'm not having a meeting with you. I will be seated to conduct all meetings.
What's the deal with airline food? Stand-up meetings, everybody.
Oh, man. See what you
Cut it
did
up.
there. You nailed it.
Last one. It does have to go back to the plane, everybody, if you don't want to feel very time. Actually, I have
One
two more.
more
Sorry.
time.
Aviator glasses are a little crooked, so we didn't get the
So
best
you know
flying
how
Nile we could get.
when you have your own little plane, it's kind of like a boat. Like you can put a name on it or something. You
yeah.
can do something. What he decided to put on his little plane is just the word aviation.
Aviation, yeah.
He said, "What do we want? What do I want to call this one? What do I want to call it? What do I want to
Call it aviation.
Tried and true.
That's right.
And last but not least, it was an interesting move to reopen Grandma's antique store. Change the name a little bit. We got all these amazing antiques and pie.
Oh, you know where
can-
you go for the good pie. The
You
antique
can
store.
buy some $1,000 antiques
Yes.
and a slice of pie,
both and.
all in one place.
What a business model. We're gonna
It's an
start selling
interesting
it here
business
at the
model.
storefront.
That's exactly right. When you walk into the podcast studio, immediately pie.
Pie.
Pie. That's the key.
For dinner.
That's
Pie.
what gets you in the door. And then once you're in here,
We sell you.
there's nothing to buy. You just go on your way. That's it.
Dano?
Is Hallmark Movies and Mysteries just becoming the art channel? Like, I feel like every movie they do now is just about art. I feel like we had that one Wedding Veil movie about the painting. They're like, we got to move all the art stuff over to Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. It's just boring. And so I just felt like we were watching a lot of art movies. Probably should have gone on my hot take, and I forgot it, but it's here now. This whole broke paying for cancer treatment is something. Because I don't know how much I understand how you could go broke paying for cancer treatment. In fact, 50% of people that get cancer have to declare bankruptcy in the United States, paying for their medical treatment because the insurance doesn't cover it and their max out of pocket is so high, blah, blah, blah.
That sounds like that might be a problem.
It could be a problem, yes. But if you have an orchard and I guess a system as big as this one, and you went broke paying for one person's cancer treatment, either you didn't have insurance, and they say something about pre-existing conditions, but like you could have gotten insurance in the last 10 years with pre-existing conditions. So I just am concerned that an orchard running at this scale had something like that bankrupt them. Like maybe their books weren't great on top of that. I understand how a single family unit can get broken easily by cancer, but it seems like this is a tens of millions of dollars orchard. Like you're employing dozens of people, right? Like it's a big operation. Am I crazy there?
I don't want to tackle this issue, so I'm not going to.
You're just not gonna.
I'm going to choose not to.
I'm not trying to make it
personally,
political.
I would like to go back to Dominic the Christmas Donkey. I think that was more
we got
fun.
him for as much time as we had him.
Dang it.
And there's nothing we can do about
I
it.
hate
Kick him
that.
out, actually. Didn't we?
Yeah.
We made him go.
Well,
I just am
he
confused.
said
And-
shut
and
up or shove off multiple times.
It could have been just Shion. I don't know. I don't know what he said.
Sounds more offensive.
So you
actually.
think he went with Shion?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe he was saying shh, and he had to add a "o" on the end because he's a donkey.
He's just-
This seems like you know the inner workings of the donkey's
I'm
mind.
just trying to guess along with him.
Okay.
All I'm saying is that you got to pay these people something. If they're bankrupt and she is now dead, what are they paying them now?
Right.
Like, I don't have any idea how this thing keeps rolling, aside from just the goodness of everyone's hearts. Are they all just living on apples? Like, are they just living on apples? Yes. Everyone's just eating apples. Sauce, pie, shining them up, whatever it takes. That's all I'm asking.
Shine them up. You have
There
to.
is a brief wine commercial in this movie, not for a brand of wine, but for wine in general. And I rewound it because I got a good chuckle about it. One sister says to the other one, "How'd you feel about some wine?" And then they both stop, smile knowingly, and go, and basically look at the camera and go, "Wine," and thumbs up. It is a very weird moment in this movie, and they just are like, "Yeah, wine, we did it." Yes. I love how terrible the mom is in this movie because the mom doesn't respond to text messages about saving an orchard, and her reason is because she was in Sri Lanka. They got cell phones there. They got ways to communicate there. She just didn't. She just ghosted her daughter who's trying to save an orchard for a week because she was in Sri Lanka. Can't believe that happened. And then that is all I got.
It's time for what the Hallmark Party Show we want to what could have been. Maybe we can get into the question we still have. Brian?
So at one point, Dominic, not that Dominic, but Dominic asks Tess when she has to get back to work. And I said out loud, when do you have to get back to work? Because he hadn't banked since he picked her up. It took her. The guy talks about how he's a banker, and he does no banking. So I'm like, is he just like independent? Is he wealthy now? Does he just run the farm? Does he just bank? Is he the personal banker for the family? I didn't understand his banking situation. So
good.
Yep. Thank you.
That's
good.
Tell me you guys understood his banking situation.
Good. That was down there for me, Bri. It was really, no, that was important. I'm glad you covered it. Thank you.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I want to go back, 20, however many years to Christmas Eve.
It's Christmas Eve.
And I'm wondering, why is this antique store open so late and taking meetings? Why is this antique store open so late and taking meetings? It's going to be Christmas Eve evening. He's got it on the books. We're going to have this meeting. We're going to look at these coins. Why did this guy, he sees it, it's Christmas Eve, and he's like, I have to do this now.
And then the fact that he keeps all that and tells no one.
And why did the writers of this movie decide to make it Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
It just seemed like it could have been any other day.
It's not a Christmas movie.
I got so hung up on the fact that it's Christmas Eve and this antique store owner is staying open just to take this meeting about the coins. He never shows up, waits around for a while, gets a phone call from a guy named Carlos who's like, I got the coins, but not the documentation. And he's like, sorry, there's nothing I can do about that. And then he goes home and celebrates the holidays.
The movie just derails at this moment.
Yeah.
Why?
This is the moment where the movie's like, they didn't know what to do.
That's why he has such great notes. If you look at him, he probably wrote "no show" in giant angry
That's
letters.
right. Yeah.
He's sitting there.
Ruined my Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
Ruined my Christmas. Dan?
Never
We had
again.
a leading lady who has a sudden drop, a sharp drop in blood pressure. She gets some fluids, and then we never hear about it again.
Yeah.
She does miss her appointment.
That is not healthy. May cause some problems later on down the line. You probably need to get it checked out. We need to figure out what the issue is. We need to try to fix that issue. Very, very important.
Apple a day. You know.
Yeah.
You know what they say.
And then, just classic. Yeah, she'll be in good shape now. As long as she shines them up.
Owns an orchard.
And then, lastly, at the beginning of this movie, she's rifling off all these things she knows about antiques, and she's like, send it over to the Civil War Authentication Society.
Yeah.
That's not a real thing. Now, the reason it's not a wait, what is because there are a lot of organizations that do Civil War authentication. My question to the people that made the movie was, were those things copyrighted? Could they not use a real one because they didn't want to have to talk to these people? Or did they just decide to do a fake one for the fun of it? That's my question.
We did it, everybody.
We did it.
Congratulations. What a week it's been.
What a
It's been
week.
so good.
Thanks for joining us yesterday from Cancun.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
Guys, we'll be back next week with another one. Can't wait for it. Until then, maybe we're the first to wish you a
Merry
Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark is the That Sounds Fun podcast. It's produced by Tracy Noah's name. It's recorded live in, that Greenville, South Carolina. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com.